Hey, what's up guys, CodeForge here, welcome in the next video. Today I would like to show you how to manage and monitor your Spring Boot applications using Spring Boot admin. At the end of the video, we'll be able to check out details about our one-to-many web service through the web browser. So let's quickly take a look. So over here we have some insights about our web service. And what is most important, we'll also be able to check out the logs from the web browser, which is also a really nice feature. Let's go back to the project setup to check out how to set it up. So we'll have two applications. One of them will be the server, which we can see on the screen, and it will be responsible for monitoring other applications. We'll also have a client web service, and it will be the one-to-many web service which we have created in one of the recent videos. We'll start with the implementation of the Spring Boot admin server, and on the screen you can find the basic setup of this server. We are still missing one dependency, so let's add it. We want to go over here and we want to find admin. And you can see that over here we have two dependencies of the Spring Boot admin. We have the client and the server. Since we will be implementing the server in the first place, we want to pick this one. So this is it. Now we can generate the project and open it in the IDE. Okay, project is here. It's already imported. And we don't have much work to do over here because almost everything is covered by the Spring Boot admin server library. And the one thing that we have to do before we'll start our application is to open the project, and we want to go to source, main, Java, and we want to open our main class over here. And all we have to do is to add the annotation at the top of our class, and it will be enable admin server. So now we can open the Maven and we can start our application by going to the plugins, Spring Boot, and we want to click the Spring Boot run. And after a few seconds, it should start on the port 8080, which is the default one. Okay, dependencies are installed. The application is working on the Tomcat server on the port 8080. So now we can open the web browser. Here we are on the localhost port 8080, and we can see that our Spring Boot admin server is working. We can't see many things here right now. This is because we don't have any applications up and running. We can see that the application counters says 0, same goes for the instances, and also we have the message that there is no application registered. If we will navigate to the different subpages, for example here, to the wallboard, there is also nothing to see, and same goes for the journal. Okay, so let's leave the Spring Boot admin server up and running right now, and we'll move to the another application, which will be the client for the Spring Boot admin. So we'll use for it our one-to-many web service, which we have created in the one of the recent videos. So we are back in the IDE. I have opened the one-to-many web service over here. And this one-to-many web service will be a Spring Boot admin client, which will be monitored by the Spring Boot admin server, which we have created a few minutes ago. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is to add our required dependencies. And as you remember from the beginning of the video, we have seen two dependencies for the Spring Boot admin. One for the server side, which we have already used, and one for the client side, which we will use right now. And to do it, we have to navigate to the pom.xml. So we want to open our project, and here is the pom.xml. So we want to go under the Spring Boot Starter Web dependency, and here we want to use the dependency tag. And right now we have to provide the artifact ID, and it will be Spring Boot admin starter client. We want to hit enter. And we want to select the group ID. It's also good to click the load Maven changes button over here. So let's load the changes. Before we'll start our client, first let's go to the source, main, and let's open the resources directory, and over here we want to open application properties. First thing we want to do over here is to specify the name of our application, because this will be the name that will be displayed in the Spring Boot admin. And to do it, we want to say Spring application name, and we'll set it to the, let's say, one-to-many web service, like this. Also, I would like to quickly configure logging for our application, so it will save logs to the file. And later on, we'll be able to read these logs from the Spring Boot admin server UI. Let's go at the bottom and we'll specify the logging file name, and we'll set it to the name of the application, but with the log extension. Also, we want to specify that we don't want to store more than 5 files of logs. So we want to say logging file, and it will be max history, and we'll set it to 5. And we want to create a new file when we'll hit the threshold of the 10 megabytes. So we'll say logging file max size 10 megabytes. Of course, we also have to change the server port because our Spring Boot admin server is working on the port 8080. So let's change the port of our client to 8081. And you know what, let's change this name, because as far as I remember, if we will use too long string like this, it will look bad in the Spring Boot admin server UI. So let's use the spaces. So it will be one-to-many web service, let's say. Okay, that looks good. We are almost there. We have to specify right now the URL to our Spring Boot admin server so our client can connect with it. And to do it, we'll use the special property, and it will be Spring Boot admin client URL. And we'll set it to the address of our Spring Boot admin server, and it will be HTTP, and it is working on the local host, and it was the port 8080. We also have to specify which endpoints will be exposed by the actuator, which is included by the Spring Boot admin client. And for the demonstration, we will expose everything. So at the bottom, we'll add another property, and it will be management endpoints web exposure include, and we want to use the asterisk to expose everything. Also, we would like to expose health information about our web service, so we'll be able to check out if our service is up or down from the Spring Boot admin server UI. To do it, we have to add another property, so again it will be management endpoint health, and it will be show dash details, and we will set it to always. Of course, in the production, you don't want to expose everything to everyone. You want to narrow this and expose only the necessary web endpoints. And also you want to show the health data only to the authorized users and components. Yeah, and for the demo purposes, we are showing everything. So I think we are ready to start our application. So we want to hit the play button, and after a few seconds, it should be up and running. Okay, it's here. We can see that it's working on the port 8081, and also we can see that entry over here, that application is registered. That's good. Also, we can find a log file over here. If you don't see it, click on the project or right click it and select reload from disk. Let's open it, and we can see that there is some data. That's good. So now let's go to the browser, to the Spring Boot admin server UI, and we'll check out if our client is visible from there. Okay, here we are in the Spring Boot admin server UI, and we can see our web service client right here, but there is still something wrong because the UI is showing that our instance is down. And if we will select our one-to-many web service and we will check the details, we can see that there is no data. And I know the issue, so let's go back to our Spring Boot admin server. Okay, and over here we can find a nasty error stack trace in the console. And the issue is that we are using the Spring Boot starter parent in the version 2.4.0, and the Spring Boot admin starter server version is in the version, let's find it in the properties over here. Yes, it's the version 2.3.1. Which will be not working with the version of the Spring Boot 2.4.0. So let's lower the version to the 2.3.5 with the release. And right now the server side is in the same version like our one-to-many web service client. So let's reload the changes also. And we'll restart our server side. So let's click this over here and let's hit run. It looks like it's up and running. So let's go back to the web browser and we'll check if our problem is fixed. So here's the Spring Boot admin UI, and now we can refresh the details of our one-to-many web service. And now we can see that it is up and running. Let's check out the application view. And right now we can see that we have one application and we have one instance of this application, and it is all up. Also, we can see the uptime of our one-to-many web service, and also we can see the port of it, so that's good. We can also check out the wallboard over here. If we will have more applications and instances, we will get a really nice honeycomb. So also from here we can navigate to the details like this. And also, before we will explore these details, let's check out the journal. So over here we have the history, what happened. So we can see that our web service has been registered. Later on it has been updated to the status up, and the endpoints has been detected. We have the timestamps, and that looks good. Let's explore the most important details. So let's check out our one-to-many web service. So over here we have the details of our service. We have different informations like the threads that our application is running, the process and the usage of the CPU. We have some information about the garbage collections, memory heap usage, etc. And of course, there is much more things here to explore, but we'll also focus on the logging. So over here, we have the access to the logging files, so we can check out without going to the server what is happening in our web service. So here we have some different information. And also we have the loggers. So over here we can on the fly change the logging level of our application. So it's also a great feature. Okay guys, so this is all I have prepared for this video. Thank you for watching. I encourage you to explore those metrics over here because it's really cool stuff. And of course, remember about supporting the channel by subscribing and liking the videos. See you next time. Bye.